All right, today we're going to be going through some videos to check out here. Some have been sent to us, some of them we found. We thought they were entertaining, and we'll talk about them with you guys. So first off,
nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50
got some reactive
per person.
dogs.
That's
Oh,
£200 off for a family of 4.
Golly.
We've got millions of free child place holidays available, with
Apartment
22
living.
kilograms of baggage included.
Holy
Book
cow.
now with Jet2 Holidays. Package holidays you can trust. After protected.
Apartment living can be difficult with dogs, especially reactive dogs. That's why we want to get some training done. But what we got here is we got the lady just came out the elevator. She's got the white pitty looking dog. The dog's reacting at the black lab dog. The black lab dog is reacting at the white pitty. The dude with the black lab's laughing. The lady with the white pitty is not laughing. She's not having a good time. She eventually does some leash corrections, and then you can see the dog kind of go submissive and then, you know, obviously be a little bit nervous with the lady. Then she ends up going out the door. So can be a challenging situation living in an apartment with a reactive dog. So ideally we work on our heeling to where our dog's right on our left side. We work on eye contact so our dog knows to pay attention to us. And we do e-collar conditioning. So if our dog does decide to react at a dog, we can obviously say no, give a little bump at the appropriate level for that dog, and then that dog would stop reacting, pay attention to us. So all things we want to be thinking about and doing in an apartment situation, but especially for apartments, we want that body adherence really tight to where we can move through tight areas and our dog be right on us, giving us eye contact, paying attention to us. Guy riding his bike with the dog on a leash ahead of him. We got some deer running ahead across their path. And the dog is obviously tempted to start chasing deer. The guy keeps telling him verbally to stay on the path. It would really suck to be on a bike with the dog on the leash and then the dog just yokes your bike way out of your control. So I think this is a good example of having good verbal communication with your dog. Obviously the dog's a little bit tempted. Obviously the guy does this a lot with the dog. But being able to verbally tell your dog, hey, stay focused, versus being tempted by the deer to chase the deer, really valuable. And you can keep doing whatever you're doing without any injury or anything. So this is a great example of good training that went into this to make this successful. So good job. All right, next up, we've got a video with a caption that says recall. Never heard of it. Got deer. Another deer one. Dog runs off after the deer. Dog's chasing the deer. Dog's gone. The dude in the video that you can see appears to be trying to call the dog back. Dog's not coming back. So this is just a good example of why you want, number one, you want good obedience training. Part of that is your come command, your recall command. And then secondly, you want your invisible leash, which is going to be your e-collar, so that if your dog is, you know, in a high arousal, you say come, even though they've been trained to do that. We know dogs will do this. They're not listening to you. They're not adhering because the competing motivator is too high. The motivator that's competing with your come command, in this case, the deer, it's too high. And so the dog's not coming back. So, you know, in that case, you would say no, use your e-collar and make sure your dog comes back. This is going to ensure your dog's safety, because one of the things that can happen is, let's say your dog chases these deer. It keeps going. At a certain point, your dog's going to come out of drive and be in a completely foreign environment, not knowing where they're at, not knowing where to go. They'll just start wandering around. They could have some anxiety. Obviously, nowhere near close to you, so you can't just call them back at that point. So that's why you want to make sure they come back before they get that far away.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you
Oh,
can
shit.
save £50 per person.
Shit.
That's £200 off for a family.
No
of 4.
way. Did y'all see that?
We've got millions of free child place holidays available.
Freaking dog in the water, dude. This dude's like, I guess he's trying to grab the collar. Out of nowhere, this crocodile, looks like a crocodile, because the narrower snout comes up, boom, hits this freaking wooden pylon in the water. Looks like it was about to grab the dog. Good thing that wooden pylon was in the way, saved that dog's life. So, I mean, this one of the things about swimming. You know, your dog's swimming. First of all, you probably want to make sure it's a safe swimming area. You know, I've heard horror stories of dogs at boat ramps, you know, where people are launching their boats. They have little sandy areas next to the boat ramp usually. Dog swimming there, gets grabbed by an alligator, right? That's a terrifying thing to think about. So know your swimming area. Kind of keep an eye out. If your dog is swimming, keep an eye out. See what's going on out there. See if there's any potential predators. Obviously, crocodiles, alligators, they can be underwater. You won't see them at all, but sometimes you'll see their heads. And then just another good reason why we need good recall, good come command, good e-collar conditioning to ensure our dog's safety. And then you want to practice that too. You want to practice, if you're going to be a person whose dog swims a lot, you want to practice swimming and come commands from the water. That way your dog is well versed in that, practiced in it, so that when you need it, it's there. Next up, this dude's gonna get bit. Got this dude here. Dude's uncomfortable. Petting the dog with his hand like outward, very unusual. Oh. Dude's laughing. Petting the dog, pushes the dog. Oh. Yep, knew that was going to happen. You know how I knew? Because I read dog body language. All right, so this dude, I read dog body language. Do you? This dude's petting the dog. First, he's got the hand like this because he's nervous about petting the dog. He must not be a dog guy. Seems like he's getting his car washed. He's just standing there petting this dog. This dog comes up to him. First thing I'm looking at here, the way the dog's holding his body. So the dog comes up. The tail's up at first. And when the dude starts petting him, the tail comes slightly down, still wagging. The wagging is arousal. Tail coming down is uncertainty. The dog's very rigid, you know, kind of holding its nose at the guy. And the guy's just petting the dog. They're cool for a while, you know, because the video keeps going on. And then it does like a time lapse, it seems like, where they're still petting. And the dude's petting with his hand like this still, with his fingers kind of outward. You know, dog still got his head toward the dude. Dog's tail is low, still wagging. Dude's still petting. And then the dude tries to move away a little bit. The dog comes up for more pets. So the dog doesn't even know what he wants. The dog's uncertain about the interaction, but the dog doesn't even know what he wants. The dog's not sure if he even likes the petting. But just based on the body language, right? Tail down as he's being pet. The dude's petting over the head, leaning over the dog. All signs of dominant body language to the dog from the dude. Dude's still petting the dog. Right? And the dude kind of basically does a little hand thing like, hey, we're done. Tries to step away. That's when the dog jumps up. And the dog's just demanding. The dog, again, doesn't really know what it wants, right? But it's demanding something from this guy. He jumps up on the guy, grabs him with his paws. When he does that, the dog's tail comes up again, more dominant. So the dog's getting more assertive now. And the dude's still kind of uncertain. You can tell with his body language. So then the dude's like laughing. He's holding the dog's paws. He's laughing. Meanwhile, the dog's wagging its tail that's upright, which is dominant, confident, and aroused. To me, this just gives me all kinds of red flags, right? If I see this happening. Then the dude, at some point, pets the dog when he's standing up, holding the dog up. Then he sets the dog down and basically goes to push the dog away because he's uncomfortable with the dog. And when he does that, he starts to trigger the dog. You can kind of see it in the dog's face. The dog's tail comes down, tail still wagging. Kind of triggers the dog. You can see the dog kind of getting uncomfortable in the face, maybe a little snarl. The dude's starting that pet again. grabbing the dog's head, right? Petting over the head, all completely dominant signals. The dog's still uncertain. And then all of a sudden the dog just goes for the guy, right? Just biting him, and then eventually runs away because the dog doesn't really know what he wants, right? This dog right here is in conflict. He doesn't know what he wants, right? The whole interaction, the dog is unsure about what the dog's end goal is. But at the end of the day, the dog gets so uncomfortable to where he decides to go for the guy and then leave the guy, right? So he's going for the guy, basically saying, leave me alone, and then runs away, right? So a lot of conflicting body language there, but all that is a red flag, the whole thing. These guys are acting surprised. They're like, what just happened, right? Know your dog's body language, or know dog body language in general. That way, if you get approached by a dog in the street, you know what to do. All right, next video.
All right, here we go. You two guys, tell me when. Okay, hike.
Now this is fun.
Just getting on to the Lebanon Valley Rail Trail in Pennsylvania, and always a little bit of excitement here. Always flying down the trail, and dogs are loving it. It's a beautiful day. Roughly 55 degrees on its way to.
So you got the wolf driver guy. He's on social media. I've seen his stuff before where he basically has a couple dogs. He's got 4 dogs in this video. They got harnesses on and they pull him. He's got some kind of bike contraption to where he rigs up the dogs to his bike or his cart, and the dogs pull him. And most of his dogs seem to be like a sled dog type breed, so like huskies, something like that. And so obviously he's fulfilling the dog's instinctual instincts, right? These dogs were bred to pull things, to work. So he's fulfilling that instinct by rigging them up to his cart and pulling him. The dogs are having a great time, great form of exercise. Obviously, he does this a lot. If you've ever seen his social media accounts, Wolf Driver, a lot of cool stuff. And he does these long treks with them and everything. So this would be super cool to do, right? Hook up some dogs to dogs that would enjoy this. You don't want to do this with dogs that won't enjoy this, but hook them up to a cart or something that you're riding on. Let the dogs pull you. The dogs are having a good time, getting good exercise. And obviously you're having a good time. You're not getting any exercise. You're just sitting there. So maybe you could ride a bike with them or something if you want to exercise yourself at the same time. But I think this is super cool, things like this. Try to think of ways to get your dog involved with activities, especially if you have a dog that was bred for certain things like sled pulling. Get involved in some activities that speak to their instincts, right? And use that as much as you can, because that's going to help your dog, right? Meet their instinctual needs, right? This is also giving them physical exercise, mental exercise. Everyone's having fun. So good day by all. So check that out. Think about that with your own dog, whatever kind of dog you have. See if there's a way for you to mimic some of the instinctual things that they have and some of the things they were bred for. I think that's super cool to do. With that being said, lots of lessons learned in today's videos that we're reviewing, especially about recall commands, and along with that, e-collar conditioning and e-collar work, because you want to have good e-collar work to where your dog responds properly to the e-collar, understands the e-collar, right? It's going to be your invisible leash. It's going to be your safety net. So we've done a complete e-collar tutorial on our YouTube. So check out the video right here. I'll take you step by step through all of our e-collar conditioning process, the prerequisites for it, because you don't just want to put an e-collar on your dog and just start using it. There's a process. You want to meet the prerequisites. Once you've met the prerequisites, then do your e-collar conditioning, then do your e-collar application, then start using your e-collar through your daily routines as you need to. So check out that video right here. I'll see you guys there. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time.